Welcome to day 9 of our 14-day Yogalates challenge for lower body strength and pelvic stability. If this is your first day participating in this series, I invite you to check out the comments section down below for more details. When you're ready, let's get started. Assuming a comfortable seated position, placing one palm on the belly, the other on the heart space, we'll commence practice with 3 cleansing breaths, gradually inhaling through the nostrils and gently exhaling. From here we'll transition into tabletop, knees are hip-width distance apart, and we'll lower down onto our forearms. Elbows are underneath shoulders. And from this variation we're going to take cat-cow. Inhaling, scooping the chest forward, gaze up. Exhale, curl and round, engage the core, draw the navel to the spine. A few more rounds like this. Finding your fluidity. Grounding down through the forearms, the fingertips, the palms. Mobilizing the spine. Waking up the body. Either staying with these traditional cat and cows, or you might like to create some barrel movements, moving the chest, the torso in a circular direction. Leaning into what the posture feels like rather than what it looks like. Perhaps swapping the direction of the circles. Beginning to slow down the movements. From here we'll ground down through our forearms. Extend our right leg back. Point the toes. And on our inhale, we're going to lift that leg up and lower down with control. Just like this, lift, slowly lower down. Checking in with your foundation. Are your hips aligned? Hip bones are facing towards the earth. Core is switched on. Finding length through the back of the neck, facial muscles are soft. And really pressing down through the forearms so that we're lifting up and out of the shoulder girdle. Checking in with your breath. Can you slow down those exhalations? Final leg lift at this tempo, and we'll speed things up, coming into a single leg lower and lift, really activating the glutes, the hamstrings to help you lift that leg with control. And still lowering down with intention. Simple movements, yet very powerful. Breathe. Last 2 lifts, and we'll keep our leg up and pulse. How high can you lift that leg? Doing your best to straighten behind the knee, pointing those toes, feeling that leg growing longer. Stay strong. Keep the leg up and hold. Can you lift the leg a little bit higher? You've got this. Last few breaths. Last 3, 2, 1, well done. Bend the knee, lift it up in a tiger curl and lower that knee behind the left calf. Single lift and crossing it behind the left leg, just like this. Still keeping those hips squared. You might like to point or flex the foot, it's up to you. Really using the gluteus maximus here, the gluteus medius to help stabilize us and engaging those hamstrings. If you notice the rib cage puffing up, mindfully knit those abdominal muscles together. Coming into one more tiger diagonal curl, and we'll come into traditional tiger curls, lowering that knee and lifting it right back up, keeping the knee flexed, squeezing the glutes at the top and lowering down with control. Doing your best to evenly distribute your weight across this tripod foundation. Breathe. Last tiger curl lift. We'll keep the knee elevated at hip height and extend and flex that leg. Moving with intention. Really activating the glutes here, the hamstrings. This is our last bit of work on this side. Stay strong. Final kickback and release. Well done. Coming into child's pose. It might feel nice to extend the arms the length of the body, palms facing skywards. Mindfully working your way upright to a tabletop position, and again lowering down onto your forearms, affording yourself a moment to find the correct alignment, and we'll get set up to take this on the other side, extending the left leg back, pointing the toes, lifting, pausing, and lowering with control. Just like this, keeping that tension, that engagement in the hamstrings, in the glutes, guiding your breath to any regions where you might be feeling sensation. And if you are feeling it in the right leg, know that that is okay. We have just worked that side of the body. Speeding up the tempo, lift and lower, just like this, staying strong, tapping the toes on the mat ever so slightly and lifting the leg right back up. Last 2 leg lifts, and we'll keep that leg up and pulse. How high can you lift that leg? Again, being mindful to extend the leg, so straightening behind the knee, pointing the toes, feeling that leg growing longer. Keeping that core strong, and we'll keep the leg up and hold. Breathe. Final breath, and we'll come into the diagonal tiger curls, lifting the knee up and guiding the knee behind the right calf muscle, up, across, up and lower, just like this, keeping the hips squared. If you notice yourself swaying to the right slightly, mindfully place a little bit more of your weight into that left forearm, the left palm. Stay strong. Last curl on a diagonal, and we'll come into traditional tiger lifts, keeping the knee flexed, raising the knee to just above hip height and lowering down to the midline. Well done. Final 2 tiger lifts, keeping that leg up, and we'll come into the flexion and extensions, ensuring that that left knee stays at hip height, hips are squared. Point and flex, point and flex, staying strong. You've got this. This is our last bit of work. Breathe through any tension. Remind yourself of why you showed up on the mat today. You've got this. Final breath and release. Well done, team, coming into child's pose. Give yourself permission to surrender. Transitioning into tabletop, tucking the toes under, walking the fingertips out in front. We'll shift our hips up and back as we come into downward facing dog. Feeling a lovely stretch along the entire backside of the body. Inhale, float the right leg up, coming into three-legged dog. Flexing the knee, drawing the right heel to the glutes. Doing your best to keep the shoulders squared. Re-extend the leg. Guide the right leg forward as we set up for pigeon pose on the right hand side. Squaring off the hips, you might like to keep the back toes pointed or tucked, it's up to you. Staying upright for a breath. And if it's in your practice, folding forwards, hinging from the hips, keeping that length in the vertebral column. Breathe. Mindfully guiding yourself upright, grounding down through the palms, tucking the back toes under, shifting that right leg up into three-legged dog, lower down, and we'll take this on the other side. One breath here. Inhale, float the left leg up, three-legged dog, externally rotate the hip, flex the knee, draw the left heel to the glutes. Feeling a lovely stretch in the outer hips. Shifting your weight forwards, setting up for pigeon on the left-hand side. Either staying upright or coming into a forward fold. If you're in a forward fold, coming upright, placing your palms down, coming up into three-legged dog, and gently lowering the left leg down. One breath here. Gently lowering the knees down onto the floor, sinking the hips back to the heels, and we'll close practice in child's pose. Affording yourself a moment to acknowledge your efforts for showing up today. Thank you all so much for today. Namaste.